I'm waiting for a few more people to get in the chat. Not sure. In the Bible is Satan, which is, and he went to war with the Most High and got kicked out the Bible. Where is that in the Bible? Because we're gonna get a few scriptures and see if did Satan actually go against the Most High, or did Satan do what he was told? That's the question. Did Satan go against the Most High, or did Satan do what he was told? Mm-hmm. That's the question. I mean, I already know nobody can resist the Most High will. Paul told you that in Romans 9. But I always used to hear that story about how Satan went to war with the Most High and he got kicked out of heaven. And, I used to hear all them stories. I used to always hear them stories. Because when I read the Bible, I don't read about Satan disobeying the Most High. I've never read that story about Satan and the Most High going to war and he was kicked out of heaven. I don't even think that story is not in the Bible. Every time you read about Satan in the Bible, he's in compliance. I had a friend who was talking about writing a book, and he was talking about how he was going to write about how Lucifer, which is Satan, went to war with the Most High, and he went to war with the Most High, and he got kicked out of heaven. So I told him, I said, "Hey man, listen, don't write no book like that." So he said, "Why?" I said, "Well, show me in the Bible where Lucifer went to war or Satan went to war with the Most High up in heaven and got kicked out." Because every time you read about Satan in the Bible, he's actually answering to the Most High. He's presenting himself in a place that y'all say he was kicked out of. Now, if this rebellion happened and this was a mutiny or they was trying to overthrow, then why do Satan still get to go back and go amongst the Most High? That's the question. Think about it. Why do you read about stories where Satan constantly answering to the Most High, but y'all telling me Satan went to war with the Most High? So now, what am I talking about? Let's get some scriptures. We're going to go to the book of Job, chapter 1. When you go to the book of Job, chapter 1, we're going to read about it. Let me see. So wait a minute, let me go. Job. I'm going to start at 5. And it was so that when the days of their feast were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. But Job said, "It may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts." Hold up. In their hearts. And thus did Job continually, when the brothers were celebrating their birthdays. And Job felt like they might have been sinning. So what he was doing is making a sacrifice to the Most High, because he felt like celebrating birthdays was offensive to the Most High, because you're getting some people to worship you that day. You know what I'm saying? So this is one of the scriptures we use to show that we don't celebrate birthdays. And Job doing sacrifices, trying to clean up for what his sons did. Now, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. So now, the sons of God are Adam and his descendants. So they present themselves amongst the Lord. And they say Satan also comes and presents himself in front of the Most High. Now, this is the part that throw me off now. If y'all saying that Satan went to war with the Most High and was kicked out of heaven, how at the same time he's still answering to the Most High, he's still presenting himself to the Most High. Most High say, I want to see some people. He didn't present it himself. So let's keep going. Let's go to Job 2 and 6. When you go to Job 2 and 6, it says, I'm going to start at 5. And put forth thy hand. Now, let me go up to verse 3. He said, and the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered, let me start at 2. And then I'm going to go down. He said, the Lord said unto Satan, from which thou comest thou? And Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro the earth, and from walking up and down it. So now, this is Satan presenting himself in front of the Most High. This is Satan presenting himself from the Most High. He said, where you been? He said, well, I've been going to and fro back from the earth. He's answering and everything, no rebellion. He's in total compliance. The next verse said, and the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect, an upright man, and one that feared God, and in which evil, and still he hold fast in his integrity, although thou movest me against his cause. And Satan answered the Lord and said, skin for skin, yea, all that a man hath, he will touch his bones and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, he that is in thy heart, that is in thy hand, but he lucky. The Lord unto Satan, behold, he is in thy hand, but save his life. Verse 7. So when Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord to smote Job with swords and boils, and the soles on his foot unto his crown. So when you read about the story about Job, even Satan didn't bring Job up. The Most High brung up Job. He didn't bring up Job. Satan never brung up Job. So let's go back again. This is Job 2 and 6. In the book of Job 2, verse 3. He said, and the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job? There is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feared God, and in which evil, and still he hold fast his integrity, although thou movest me against him to destroy him without cause. So not only do they tell you that Job kept the law, he was an upright man. He kept the law. He did what the Most High told him to do. And when you read about Job, Satan didn't bring Job up. The Most High brought Job up. So Satan didn't go at Job on his own and said, I'm going to do this to Job. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. No. It was like the Most High was saying, yeah, Satan, Job do what I want him to do. He take care of his business. And it'd be like if I was your boy, I'd be kind of like, well, I'll work for you. I would be like on some like, yeah, man, he'd be like, yeah, he do everything I ask him to do. He about his business. And I say some hating stuff like, yeah, because you make sure he's straight. You gave me money and everything, so he gonna do what you tell him to do. And then I say, well, okay, what if I do everything from him? You know what I'm saying? That's what happened with Job and Satan. Satan never brung up Job. The Most High brung up Job. So when people tell that story, they get it a little twisted. Satan didn't do nothing. Every time you read about Satan in the Bible, he's answering to the Most High. I've never read a scripture where Satan went to war with the Most High and got kicked out of heaven. That's Christianity. That's not the Bible. So now we on 1 Kings 22 and 19. And what I'm really doing is this. What I'm trying to show y'all is the scriptures that talk about Satan. And I'm going to show you the scripture. There's only one scripture in the Bible that talks about Lucifer. To show you that Satan and Lucifer ain't even the same people. That's Christianity. Lucifer never fell from heaven. Satan didn't rise up and go to war against the Most High. Them stories is not true. So this is 1 Kings 22 and 19. It says, and he said, hear thou, therefore, the word of the Lord. And I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the hosts of heaven standing by him, on his right hand and his left hand. It said, all the hosts of heaven were standing by. He said, and he said, hear therefore the word of the Lord. And I saw heaven standing by him, and on his right hand and on his head. It said all the hosts of heaven. So it means, shalom, bro. I said that means, so when you bring up that the people went to war against the Most High and they went to war in heaven, this scripture said all the hosts of heaven was standing to the Most High right hand side and to his left hand side. Where is this coup at? Where is this mutiny at that y'all say take place in the Bible? Because like I said, every time you read the scriptures in the Bible, Satan actually obeys the Most High. Satan don't go to war against the Most High. That don't happen in the Bible. So what I'm showing you is every time, even when I went to the book of Job, just to show you, in Job, Satan still answering to the Most High. Most High said, where you been? He said, I've been going to and fro. So if he was kicked out of heaven, how he's always in the presence of the Most High and always answering to the Most High. Christianity said he went to war with the Most High. He started set tripping. He raised up enough guys and they went to war, you know, and he lost by the hair of his chinny chin. And then y'all say he got kicked down to heaven, down from heaven down to earth, and he became Lucifer. Like, show me these stories in the Bible. So let me give you another one. We're going to go to Isaiah. Isaiah 45 and 5. So now we're going to read 45. I'm going to read 5 and 6. No. It said 5 say, I am the Lord, and there is none like me. Satan ain't strong enough to go up against the Most High. The Most High said, I'm the Lord. Ain't nobody like me. He said, and there is no God beside me. I grind thee, though thou hast not known me. Most High say, ain't no God beside me. I'm the boss of all bosses. Ain't no boss standing up here with me. When I say something, that's where it goes. Everybody don't got a voice in this because there's too much confusion. I say what it is, y'all just follow. Verse 6, that they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none beside me. And I am the Lord, and there is none else. So, you know, the Most High get to talking. I form light, I create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. See, if the Most High wants something done, he don't, you know, Satan them acts out his acts, but the Most High said, I create evil too. Listen, when little JoJo stole your car and got in the car wreck and ended up dying, the Most High knew the day little JoJo, he created JoJo to steal your car. You love that car anyway. Most High said, man, listen, you need to get rid of that card and get in class and learn. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's saying. So the Most High said, listen, I create good, I create evil, I create lightness, I create darkness. Christians ain't never heard that voice. They can't believe the Most High said, I form the light, I create darkness, I make peace and create evil. And what you want to know what he's creating evil right now? Right now, he's making sure that over there in the valley of Josaphat, or what y'all would call Israel, right now they really going to, everybody got their nuclear weapons turned up right now. See, they thought they shut Iran down, but they found out that Iran and Russia got airplanes that cannot be detected by the Americans couldn't detect it. So they say the whole time when they was bombing and they thought they shut down the missile program for Iran, that China and Russia just shipped them all their military weapons back. And you know what he just told America? We got hypersonic missiles that y'all can't stop. Y'all can't stop these missiles. We already got them locked in on targets. And I ain't just talking. He said, I am not diffusing my program. And you think I'm about to let my enemies, whoa. So wait a minute. You want to take my guns, limit to me to how I work, but you gonna let my enemies, Israel, still have their nuclear capability. Nigga, have you lost your mind? That's what the Arabs telling right now in the Peckerwoods. Have you lost your mind? That's what they're telling the white man. I'm not about to give up my weapons for y'all. And Trump, I don't know why you think you about to come over here and bully something. So now you got also Israel talking about gassing America up, telling America, listen, y'all need to handle that or we gonna bomb Israel. Israel saying, oh, we gonna bomb Iran. Israel is really just trying to trick America to fight their war for them, because if they bomb Iran, they're gonna wipe Israel off the map. They ain't got enough capability to stop Iran from doing what they want to do. Iran got more nuclear capability than them. They got them warheads. Listen, he said, I got it locked up right now. I'm gonna take them aircraft carriers. I'm taking them out the water. I'm taking them out white water. And then America just flew nuclear stealth bombers over there. I know y'all don't know all this going on, man. Y'all been talking about the Super Bowl, you know, and ATL Atlanta and all that been on TV. I know y'all ain't been paying no attention. Hey, it's popping off. Right now, we did send stealth bombers over there. And we also sent nuclear weapons over there. But Iran saying, hey, listen, we strapped and we ain't making no deals. If y'all pull up and do something over here, I'm telling y'all, we're going to set it off. And see, a lot of people don't know is what they're saying, well, the people over there in Iran don't want them in power no more. Listen, man. When did them people start tearing up their country over there in Iran? The minute Donald Trump them got in office and they started pushing. They staged that a coup over there in Iran. They staged that. That's why the president of Iran said, man, we already know who started put this together. And that's why they telling them people, hey, listen, y'all gonna get down or lay down. That's just the bottom line. Ride with that shit if y'all want to. We gonna kill you over here. We ain't playing with y'all. America started that a coup over there. They didn't have one at first. They didn't have one till Iran started beefing real tough with Israel. And America started trying to get the guy over there in Iran, the cop deuces. He said, I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. And then right now, they can't find the president of Iran. They say he's up underground in bunkers, letting them know, like, hey, I'm going to set it off. Y'all think this is not a bluff? This is not a test? I'm already in my nuclear capabilities to stop it, because that's what's about to pop off. A lot of people about to die. Now, Iran say, oh, look, a couple of military bases America got spread out. They say, oh, we're going to wipe them down. Y'all already about to lose 6 million people. Y'all going to lose. We're estimating what we're going to do. And y'all can't stop our nuclear capability. One thing they got is they hooked up with them satellites in Russia and China. So Russia and China got Iran. So you ain't about to use the satellites and all that to try to, they got that hemmed up. Like, we ain't even going through y'all system. I don't even use y'all system. So now this is what it's coming down to, man. It's coming down to, listen, I know y'all been hearing like Because you hear Christians say this all the time. They've been talking about we in the last days since I was a kid. Well, a day to the Lord is like 1,000 years. So you ain't even dust. You ain't even dust on the balance. You'll look 30, 40, 50, even 70 years. A day to the Lord is a time span. They just said it's like 1,000 years. So it's just 1,000 years. That's just a long time span. Let's keep going. Let's go to Deuteronomy 32. I'm showing you all these scriptures in the Bible where Satan answers to the Most High. If anybody can get online and show me where they went to war, where Satan said, you know what? I've been watching the Most High. I think I can take him now. I've been getting me some troops, and we then came together, and we about to go to war. We about to start set tripping. I ain't never read that about Satan. Every time I read about Satan, he in check, and he doing what the hell he told. So I'm trying to figure out, how did this rebellion man that went to war against the Most High, was kicked out of heaven, still answering to the Most High and still doing what he's told? That's just, let me tell you, flip you a scenario. You hear guys out here say dumb shit like, I ain't fighting nobody, I'm shooting. I don't fight, I'll shoot. You know why that's the dumbest thing to say? Because you shoot and kill a guy because you don't fight, but then go to penitentiary and you got to fight anyway. Ain't that crazy? You go to the penitentiary and still got to fight, or you run in there and look for a knife, which means you still got to get off in some physical shit. Meaning when you could have stopped that all in the nip, in the bud, when you got to talk about you don't fight, you shoot. So I said all that to say, Deuteronomy, let's go to Deuteronomy. I said all that to say is Satan doing what he's told. He's not going to go to war with the Most High in heaven and then come down here and get kicked out like Christians say, and then all of a sudden he's starting to do what he's told. That didn't happen like that. If he'd been rebellious, don't you think he'll keep being rebellious? Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy 32. There's only one scripture in the Bible that talks about Lucifer. And Lucifer wasn't no damn angel that fell, like, you know, it's a metaphor. This is the whole reason why y'all got to get with the children of Israel. No Bible verse. See, I know what it is. Y'all was watching that show called Lucifer that was coming on Fox, where Lucifer was supposed to be the devil. In the Bible, devil means deceiver. So it's like you really have to come back and be taught these things. So we're going to go to Deuteronomy 32. We're going to go down to verse 39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. Did you hear what the Most High said? Ain't nobody can deliver you out of my hand. Not a Satan, not a Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, or Mike. He said, can't nobody take you out of my hand. So what he telling you is, ain't no boss of boss. I'm the boss of all bosses. Ain't no Satan equal with the Most High. Christ gets his power from the Most High. Satan get his orders from the Most High. Everybody answers to the Most High in this Bible. Ain't nobody will in this book that's strong enough to can't you listen. Paul said this in Romans 9. Why you fought them when nobody can resist your will? And he was asking, listen, if you making them do this, because you got to remember, when Moses folks went to the Pharaoh said, go ahead and take your people, take them. And you know what the Most High did? He made the Pharaoh go against his own will. You know the free will y'all talk about? He hardened the Pharaoh's heart. Do you know what that means when he hardened the Pharaoh's heart? He's hardening it up. All the soft stuff Pharaoh got to trying to feel, like, go and take your people. You know why? Because the Most High was going to kill him. He was setting him up for death. Same way he compared the Pharaoh is the same way he said he raised Esau up. It's the same way. See, in this Bible, the deceiver is white folks. That's who it is. That's who the devil is. Let's go to 2 Corinthians. And then we're going to go to Lucifer. There's only one book in there about Lucifer. And I've never read about Lucifer being Satan. I always try to figure out how did people make that connection? Where did that connection even come from? Because the Bible don't say in no shape, fact, form, or fashion. It don't say that. So I always wonder, like, where did that come from? Who started that? So now let's keep going. Come on. 2 Corinthians 11.
Por favor, hagan sus selecciones finales y diríjanse a la salida. Attention, library guests. The library will be closing in 30 minutes. Please make your final selections and proceed to the exit. Atención, visitantes. La biblioteca cerrará en 30 minutos. Por favor, hagan sus selecciones finales y diríjanse a la salida. Attention, library guests. The library will be closing in 30 minutes. Please make your final selections and proceed to the exit. Atención, visitantes. La biblioteca cerrará en 30 minutos. Por favor, hagan sus selecciones finales y diríjanse a la salida.
So it say, for such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Christ. Fake Israelites, Christian churches. He said, and no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. 15. Therefore, there is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their work. You know, I like that. You know what I like, an end according to their work. That means, Christians like to say a lot of times that, I don't know, man. They just feel like you ain't got to do nothing but believe. I know that's the craziest thing, because I was about to try to figure some things out and got a little tongue tied and was trying to figure out, like, how you just, if the children of Israel got punished for not keeping the laws, why all we just got to do is believe now? That wouldn't, like, I don't know. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 14. And let's get on Lucifer. Now, nowhere in this scripture you worried about even Satan was transformed into an angel of light. You didn't hear him talk about nowhere in the Bible where Satan was transformed into Lucifer. This guy was adamant about his book. I just want to write a book how they went to war in heaven, and when Satan got kicked out, and he came down, he was Lucifer. I was like, what? Like, nigga, that ain't in the Bible. He said, oh, that is in the Bible. I said, bro, that ain't, show me where that's at in the Bible. So now, let me start up at 9. Hell from beneath is moved from thee to meet thee at thy coming, and it stir up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It had raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations, and all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? And say, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, the son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? He said, for thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven, and I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I read about this same verse when I be reading about Lucifer and how he was going to exalt his throne above the stars. It say the same thing in Obadiah. It say, and I will also ascend above the heights of the clouds, and I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the side of the pit. And they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble and did shake kingdoms? So let's keep going. They talking about, is Lucifer the man that was shaking kingdoms and putting it out? This the dude was doing all that. That's what they talking about. That ain't Satan. The scripture referred to him as a man. Nothing to do with Satan. No, none of that. It said, let me go. It said, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquities of their fathers. They do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world or cities. He said, for I will rise up against them, said the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, said the Lord. So now they're saying the Most High said he's going to get rid of Babylon. This is talking about Lucifer and the sons and the nephews. So now, as Cap would say, y'all have to prove who Satan's sons and nephews is, because this is in reference to Babylon. That's all this is. Lucifer was never Satan in the Bible. I know what it get, because y'all make the book. I remember when I first got into school, they used to talk about how we make the book so supernatural. You know what I'm saying? Y'all read about this is what y'all got caught up on. When you jump up to y'all get caught up on verse 12, and it said, how thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning. You know what? Heaven is a metaphor, heaven and hell. Elon Musk, this is his heaven. This is a lot of white folks' heaven. This is a lot of Asian heaven. This is a lot of them living way better than us. And a lot of the conditions that we are in hell. It's a condition. A lot of our conditions is in hell. Right now, it's a struggle. You know, we just make it look like it ain't no struggle because we've been dealing with this struggle our whole life. When we got enough money, we'll go in and buy all wings. But when our money get funny, we go in there and buy some drumsticks. Like, shit, them drumsticks are way cheaper than the wings. We improvise. We always found ways to make it. That's how we always got out. We always found ways to make it. What y'all watching right now is the fall of these nations. That's what y'all seeing. And whether y'all believe it or not, something is going to happen over there in the Middle East. I mean, when the president say, listen, you got, it's the difference between me sitting right here talking to y'all and a difference when I got something that's damn near 8-9 feet up under the wall, up under the ground, and I then went up under the ground where I can control everything by satellite, and I'm telling you, hey man, we gonna blow y'all up. I don't care if y'all shoot a bomb over here, y'all stage the coup. They over here acting the fool any damn way. And how that's gonna look on America. And we gonna crush Israel too. That's what's going on right now. You know, it's the Most High. He said he created good, he created evil. He do all these things. The Most High is creating this to happen. I don't want y'all to be sitting around thinking this man Trump and whoever. You can't resist the will of the Most High. Not Satan, not nobody. You hear what the Most High said? Ain't nobody bigger than him. Ain't nobody. So there's nowhere in the world Satan could have ever went to war with the Most High. And the next time somebody tell y'all that, you know what you should tell your pastor? Could you please show me in the Bible where Satan and went to war with the Most High? He got kicked out of heaven and he became Lucifer. Can you please show me that in the Bible? Tell somebody to show you that to you in the Bible. I bet you they can't show it to you. Bet you they can't show you nowhere in the Bible where Satan and Lucifer went to war with each other. It ain't in there. Trust me, I looked over and over and over again. Not to mention, man, when I was in maximum security, I was locked down 23 at once. So I read the Bible extensively more than once, but didn't comprehend what I was reading till I got into school. And once I got into school, I was like, oh, so that mean this and this mean that. Yeah. And then I got to feeling a little dumb because I was putting so much, I was making it too spooky, you know. With that, man, we the ISUPK out 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the commanding General Yahana, to all my blacks, Hispanics, and Latinos that's of Native American descent or Negro descent. If you are a Spaniard, this message ain't for you. With that, y'all can catch me next week